Hey Central School, Mrs. Hewing here. When we're not together, one of the things that I miss the most is just talking to you guys about books. I love to know what you're reading and to talk to you about what I'm reading, the exciting parts, the scary parts, the funny things, because that's the best part about books is when we can share them together. So today we're going to talk about a couple of strategies and things you can do when you do have a chance to share a book you're reading with someone. It could be one of your teachers when we're at school, or maybe it's with your parents or a brother or sister and you want to tell them about the fantastic book you're reading. So to do this today, I'm going to need you to get a couple of things, okay? You're going to need to get a book that you can read, a pen or a pencil, and then if you have them, sticky notes are great, but if you don't have sticky notes, just torn up pieces of paper work great. So go ahead, and in just a second, I'm going to ask you to pause this video, come back with a book, a pen, and either sticky notes or some scraps of paper. All right, hit pause and come right back. All right, so you're back and you have all your supplies, right? Okay, so when you're reading a book, we know that not only do you need to use your reading voice and read the words the author's saying, but you also need to use your thinking voice and be thinking about the things that the author is telling you and what's happening in the story. So as you're reading, you might come across something that makes you connect and you're thinking, oh, this reminds me of this other book, or this reminds me of when this happened. Maybe you're reading something and it makes you start laughing. Maybe you're reading something and you're like, oh my goodness, I love this part. This is the best thing. Maybe you're reading and you find something that you're thinking, oh no, that did not just happen. I can't believe it. Maybe you're reading and you have a question because you don't understand it. Okay? So what you can do when you're reading those things is to go ahead and make a mark on a sticky note or a piece of paper that you can stick in your book. And then when you want to talk to somebody about that book, you can open up to the page where your sticky note is and tell them exactly what you were thinking on that page. So I have a couple of cues that I want to show you here. And these are symbols that we can use on our sticky notes. So a lot of these are just like emojis, okay? This loop, that infinity sign, it's a connection. It shows how we're connecting two different things. You guys all know what LOL means. It means laugh out loud. So that must be something that's really, really funny. A heart means you like something. An X means you usually don't like it. And well, a question is definitely a question. Okay? Now these others, that could be something important. That's definitely a surprise with an exclamation mark. But you're going to mark your sticky note or your scrap of paper in a way that shows what you're thinking. So I'm going to show you right now how I would do that if I were you. I have 26 Fairmont Avenue by Tommy DePaolo that I've been reading. And right here, I'm going to start reading on page 13. This is in the story where Tommy is talking about his different grandmas. Nana downstairs would help Nana upstairs into the big Morris chair next to her bed. She'd take out a long cloth and gently tie Nana upstairs in her chair so she wouldn't fall out. In my head, I'm thinking, and I'm even looking at this picture, she tied her in a chair? And I made a little question mark, and I wrote it on my sticky note. And now, with sticky notes, the great thing is you can stick that sticky note exactly on the spot in the text where it says she tied her in a chair, and I can keep reading. I pestered and pestered Nana downstairs until she tied me in a chair too, but she'd put the knot in front so that if I got tired of being in a chair, I could get down and poke around or go to the bathroom or something. When I heard her coming up the stairs, I'd climb back into the chair. I got pretty good at tying the knot back, and she never came into the room until I was ready. It was Nana downstairs and my private game. So now that I've finished reading that page, I could take this book and I could share it with someone and say, you know, I was reading this part and I'm really kind of confused because it said that she tied Nana upstairs in her chair. And Tommy wanted tied in the chair too, but he said it was like a game. Well, if I look at the picture, I can tell she's really old. So I would be talking to someone saying, I wonder why they tied her in the chair. Do you think it's because she can't sit up very well? I don't think I'd want to be tied in the chair, but Tommy seems to think it's okay, so it's not hurting her, right? So this is just a part of the story that if I was reading it, I could come back to and talk to someone about what is happening. All right, now I'm going to show you another part in the story where I've already marked a sticky note. All right, so I finished reading this chapter, and now I want to show you two things that I marked in this book. All right, on the next page, I have an exclamation part. So that we can see right here is, wow, that surprised me. On this page, and I put my sticky note right on top of it where it says, there was on the shelf was a small packet of chocolates all wrapped in silver paper. So this surprised me because if you look, he's in the bathroom. Why would you find chocolates in your bathroom? Very odd when I was first reading. But I kept going, and now you're going to see I marked an LOL, a laugh out loud. As I kept reading, I found this sentence up here that says, well, those chocolates weren't chocolates at all. They were laxatives, and laxatives make you go to the bathroom a lot. Both Nana upstairs and I didn't feel so good, and I think we both made a mess. I know that laxatives are actually a medicine when you're having trouble going to the bathroom. This was funny to me because he thought he was finding just a chocolate dessert, but he really found some medicine that made him have to go to the bathroom. Now, that's one way you can use sticky notes to show your thinking, and then you can have a discussion with other people to talk to them about the funny parts of your book, or maybe the surprising things, or the parts you love, okay? Sticky notes are a great way to mark your thinking, and then you can use that thinking to discuss the story with someone else. All right, you've got your book, your sticky notes, or your pieces of paper, remember, and then a pen or a pencil. Mark your little cues as you're reading, and then you have a perfect way to share what you were thinking when you were reading. Go ahead and try it.